All right, Algebra 2ers, packet lesson 2-1 starts on page 33. We'll just dive right in. Hopefully you watched the pre-lesson. It's going to help you out a lot. We're going to start with this one. So you deal with it just like it's an equation. We're going to subtract 17 from both sides. I've got a lot of problems to do, so I'm going to move kind of fast. Divide by 5, divide by 5. Now, did I divide by a negative? No. So you don't flip the sign. So you get x is less than -3. So this little random guy, I'm not going to worry about it too much, but here's my -3. Because it's strictly less than, it's an open circle, and all the values that are less than -3 go that way. Now, in this first example, we're going to pick something out here, but I'm not going to do that for all of these. It just takes a little too long, but I'm going to take -4, pop it in there. 5 times -4 is -20. -20 plus 17 is -3, and is that less than 2? Yes, it is. So this is our inequality answer. This is it written on a number line. All right, this one is going to challenge us a little bit for 2 reasons. I'm just going to rewrite it so I give myself some room. Number 1, I have to multiply by a negative. And number 2, I got to deal with fractions. I forgot my x in there, so I'll just slide it in there. So get into the habit of just multiplying by this fancy term. It's called the multiplicative inverse. You just take the -2/3 and you multiply by its reciprocal, and it gets her done. Whoops, that's a -3 halves. So what's anything times its multiplicative inverse? 1. And so I get 1x, or just x. Now, because I multiplied by a negative, what do I got to do to that? I got to flip it. Now, here comes the cross reduce. 2 goes into 2 once. 2 goes into 8 4 times. Now I swoosh, -12. Make this little picture. 0, -12's got to be way down here somewhere. Read from the letter to the stuff. X is greater than -12, so it's going to go here, up, and greater than. Heading in the positive direction. It's greater than -12. Like -12 degrees, what's warmer? -11, -10, anyways, you get the idea? Number 3, example 3. We're going to clean this side up first. So I get 5t is less than, distribute, 3t minus 6 plus 2. And I'm going to continue cleaning that other side up by adding like terms. Just get into the habit of doing that. It'll help your life out a little bit. And now I know I've got, like terms in boxes. And this is a circle. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that box over there. And here's my Kerchunk bar. 2t is less than -4. I'm going to divide by 2, divide by 2. Am I dividing by a negative? No. So that inequality just stays put. T is less than -2. So here's my 0. I know my -2 is over here in this no man's land. I'm going to make it an open circle. T is less than, so if it's colder than -2, it's going to be -3, -4, -5, so I have to go that way. And yes, these little graphs are required. So you're going to have some of those to do on the test, so you might as well get used to it. Okay, diving right in. Again, I'm going to clean up this messy side. So 4x greater than, distribute, 2x minus 4. And this -1 is just kind of sitting there. Like I said, get into the habit of cleaning things up. So that would be 2x minus 5. Here's my like terms. And I want those with the letters and variables to be on my left side. It's just a little habit. You don't have to always do that, but Kerchunk, 2x, Kerchunk, gone, greater than -5. And as you can see, we're going to have to deal with fractions a little bit here. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X is greater than -5 halves. Now, isn't that the same thing for -2.5? So I'm going to put my 0 in here. I know my negatives are on this side, so I'm just going to put my -2.5 over there. Read it from the letter. X is greater than -2.5. So it's an open circle, up and to the right. Okay, move on to this one. This is 3 minus 2 times the quantity. Here's a good moment to go ahead and add up. So I get 3. Now look at, I'm going to distribute that, and I get negative 2q. Distribute that, and I get plus 2 is less than 5. I'm going to clean this side up a little bit. Now, this is different. These are my constants, and I want those on my right-hand side, so I'm going to get rid of this one. And now notice what happens. If I kerchunk this, I get negative 2q is less than 0. Now, a lot of people pull the plug on this, and they say something like no solution or something like that, but watch. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. The negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1, so I just get q. Now, did I divide by negative? Yes, I did. So we have to flip that. What's 0 divided by anything? 0. So I find my 0. Q is greater than 0, so that's an open circle and up to the right. All right, just a few more examples. Example 6. So here we go. Again, add up before you distribute, and I'm going to do it here. Add op, basically, so I know I have to distribute that negative. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this. 7y minus 2y plus 8 is greater than 6. Distribute the negative, minus 2. Distribute the negative, plus y. Again, a good idea to add like terms on opposite sides. So over here, I'm going to add like terms and get 5y plus 8 is greater than, and now notice what I get here, 4 plus y. Now here I have a box, circle, circle. So I'm going to bring the variables to the left, and that means I'm going to bring the constants to the right. And I'm going to do it in one step. And so this cancels and this cancels. 5y minus y is 4y is greater than negative 4. Divide by 4, divide by 4. And I did not divide by negative, so I do not flip the inequality. Find my 0, move to the left a little bit. There's negative 1. Now read it. Y is greater than negative 1, so it's an open circle to the right. There you go. 3 more sample problems. Again, we can see a little nasty fraction looming, but I'm going to go ahead and subtract 5 from both sides just to get going. Kerchunk, just drop that underneath the kerchunk bar, is greater than negative 9. Uh-oh, another one of these darn fractions, and it does have a negative, so it's a double whammy. If I multiply by the multiplicative inverse, got to do it to both sides, just like any math equation. Anything times its reciprocal is 1, so I know that's just going to give me 1r or just r. I got to flip this. Now a negative times a negative is positive, so I'm going to go ahead and insert that. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 9 3 times, and I swoosh and I get 6. Here's my 0. Here's my 6. And r is less than 6, so it's this and that way. Now, I notice there's no greater than or equals to, so let's just throw this in. What if that was written like that? Then you would just fill that circle in. That's the big difference, okay? 2 more. 12z minus 3 is greater than 12z minus 10. This one's got a unique little flavor to it. So I'm going to subtract 12z, subtract 12z, add 3, gone, gone. This is gone. That means 0 is greater than, this is negative 7. Now look what happened. A little confusing. The variable I'm trying to solve for disappeared, but I ended up with a true inequality. That means everything works. How do I say that? All real numbers. How do I show that? Maybe just make this super thick. Everything works. And if you're curious about it, you can pick something and plug it in, but we're not going to take the time to do that. This guy got a negative in front of parentheses, so you're just going to distribute it through. Negative 10 plus r is less than r minus 15. And again, this one's going to have a little strange feel to it. So I'm going to put a box around this, box around this, circle around this, circle around this. I want my variables on the other side, so I'm going to get rid of that. I want my numbers on that side, so I'm going to get rid of that. Here's my chunk bar. Gone. Gone. So I get 0 is less than, gone, negative 5. And so is 0 less than negative 5? Well, if you look at it, there's 0, there's negative 5. What would you rather have, $0 or owe someone $5? 0 is not less than negative 5. So this is a situation where my variable disappeared. So you're like, what? But you end up with a false sentence. That just means nothing on this entire number line will work for that inequality. It's unsolvable. No solution. How do I show that? You don't. You just say no solution. That's it. Enjoy your homework. Work hard. Keep it up, you guys.